Yeah, and on the subject of football, what do you think is the ideal physique for football?
I think it's almost like a MMA physique. I really advise being lean. With football, you're going to generally get a lot lighter than, your typical bodybuilder because when you run a lot, your body's naturally just going to favor a lower body weight and a lower weight. But I think that a lot of players would, benefit from having an off season where I guess you don't focus so much on the skill and you focus more on the muscle mass and the strength side of things. But we all know that football or soccer here is so competitive that maybe even devoting 2 to 3 months to train in like I guess like with hypertrophy and weightlifting being the priority over your actual sport in terms of like soccer or football skill might actually be like might hold you back a little bit just because of how competitive it is. But I think over the long run, um, adding muscle mass and strength would be huge. I mean, you can see Adama Traore; he's an extreme example, but he's bulldozing players. Why? Because the other players just don't have the muscle and the strength that he does. He's obviously a genetic outlier, but you can see how it helps him in the game.
Yeah, definitely. I've definitely tried doing like strength training in season, and it's been very difficult to put on any sort of muscle mass. So it would definitely have to be in an off season kind of period.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I mean that you'd have to be in the off season and because during season you're gonna be prioritizing your skills and like we were saying before, like, it's so competitive. I played football when I was in high school and it's really competitive and it's such a big it's a sport very reliant on skill. People who've never played it before think it's easy, but like, getting your first touchdown, doing these long passes is a lot more difficult than people who haven't played just can't understand.
Yeah, and in some sports, like you see, it's only the big guys who can compete. Whereas in football, you see there's 1 meter 90 guys, these 2 meter guys, these big 100 kg players getting beat by 70 kg players just because they have more skill.
Yeah, exactly. But I really do think that some added muscle mass, no matter what the sport is, can really benefit you. Having a physical good advantage will always cover a skill advantage up to a certain point, which I think would be beneficial. So for you, Daniel, I think that if you can devote an off season to hitting the weights, maybe doing like a 6 day push pull leg split, you would see a lot. You'd be a lot more confident in your game. I think going into the next season.